Hello everybody. We will be seeing a match between SIP and Imsohumble. It's a top 4 for Take the Initiative, Season 6. So let's see quickly on the deck lists. So Imsohumble is playing Sabine. The notable parts of his list is he is playing Heroic Resolve. In one copy, he has 2 Ketsu and 2 Sandari Peacekeepers, and 1 Spec Force Soldier. The rest is pretty standard, 2 Darksabers, and in sideboard 3 Fangs and 1 medal. No medals in the main, and only 2 Rebel Assaults. And for C, we're having Han2Ecl, a pretty standard list. The most innovation in the list are in sideboard, because he's playing Smuggler's Aid, Retainers, and Scanning Officers. Their rest is really standard. So we have Akbars, IG, and Gorilla as like 2 and 1-offs, and Timely Intervention. The rest is free. This deck wants to go wide. And this matchup will mostly be like decided on first few turns of the game. Okay, so players said that they have the table ready. I will join and we can start. Okay. 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 While it is launching, I will join the table for a second. Hello guys.
Yeah. Hello.
I will be joining in a second. I've already started the stream. I will post the link in the
the Top-Cut stream.
In the Top-Cut streams, and when my simulator launches, we can begin. Okay.
Yep.
I will leave the call and let you play. I should be in the table in like 1-2 minutes.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. By the way, do you mind giving bet an option to see our hands, or?
No, that's all right. There is like no prizes in this one, so if you guys want to cheat, I'd be my guest.
Stream is active, so I don't think anybody will pick or cheat. So yeah, okay. So good luck, guys.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, so they will begin shortly. Let's put it in the way that we can see it pretty decently, and let's reduce my camera a little bit, move this core, and yeah, let's begin. So in this matchup, it's a really quick matchup. It's definitely important to go fast. Every single point of damage matters. ECL is a really big part of the matchup as well, because you can either use it really early to reduce the amount of damage, or you can use it on like turn 4 to use it with Poe to clear the board and go with this. So SIP has a really good opening, because Clone Trooper is a really powerful tool in this matchup. And on the other hand, Imsohumble also he has space and ground, so he can dodge the arena, and have Field Lieutenant for turn 2, which is really powerful. So of course it will be an A-Wing, because Sabina is now unplayable. without the ECL because of the Battlefield Marine. Second turn for Humble will be really easy. He will just use Fleet Lieutenant. He didn't decide to ping, he decided to take initiative, which is a little bit surprising for me, because of course he didn't ping because Clone Trooper has restore, so the pinging would just be something that's not really that important, and it would be detrimental. So he decided to use ECL on Clone Trooper to get a card and deal 5 damage, and now Sip has a decision to go face and play Cassian, or use ECL as well to clear the Fleet Lieutenant. But he will definitely be like 2 damage behind, but will have a little bit stronger board. Yeah, it should be 3 damage. So let's just fix it. Okay, so Akbar pickup and R2. So you can do 4 damage to something. And this is quite important because there will be a possibility of clearing K2. Imsohumble got a little bit awkward draw. He has a lot of events, but not really that many units. K2 will be really important, but when the K2 is cleared, it can be hard for him to maintain damage. But Sabine, with that amount of damage from hand, it will be really still hard to control it. Yeah. So he decided to put one timely intervention into the resource and go another 5 phase. And now Sip has a decision what he wants to do. He will probably play Pow Dameron instead of Akbar this turn, because Fleet Lieutenant isn't really that important to be cleared. So now Sabine comes up. Cassian will go free to face. I don't think there is any other possibility. And then everything will be determined in the next turn. Because Sabine will deal at least 3. I think Humble will put Heroic Resolve on her. Yeah, so it will be 4 damage to the base. Okay. And now Wrecker. Pow Dameron will most likely clear Sabine and deal 2 damage to the base, because Heroic Sacrifice is too strong to be left on the board. Or, yeah, the other you could also do it like this, but now it's 3, 6, 8 damage from. It would be 8 damage from Rebel Assault, and thus Humble has a little in this turn. He has 6 damage and another 3 from K2. Yeah, he has little, and I don't think Sip will be able to stop it. Unless he somehow will heal 1. Because now, yeah. Yeah, so first game goes to Imsohumble. Yeah. It was a little bit greedy to not kill Sabine, but I think because he was so behind on damage. He thought he will need to basically have a little bit of luck, so Sabine wouldn't have 3 damage on hand. So there isn't really that many things in Sabine to deal 3 damage. Of course, you have at least a few, but it's not impossible to miss, like For a Cause and Timely Intervention with K2 exactly. And the last thing that would deal that amount of damage is like Rebel Assault plus something or Heroic Sacrifice plus something. So it was basically one card or a combination of 2 cards that gave Humble little. Let me see what they sided in. So yeah, Wreckers and Timely Intervention sided out for the early drops and Smuggler's Aid. And Spec Force, Alliance X-Wing sided out, but I'm not sure what was sided in. Let me check. So sided in was Medal and Echo Base Defender. Okay, so Smuggler's Aid in hand for Sip, and he actually has a really powerful hand to counter space. Yeah, if he keeps red 3 in hand, because now he can go Maz, and if Imsohumble goes with A-Wing, you will just take initiative and kill him, or he could play a little bit safer and go with Fighters for Freedom. It is a safer play mostly because of the Sabine unit, because if you play Maz as a first unit and your opponent ECL Sabine, it's a little bit awkward to play around it. Yeah, okay, so ECLing red 3 and 1 damage from Fighters. This game looks really, really good for Sip, but Cassian, K2 and Poe for Sabine is something that will need to be dealt with. So it's not over. It's definitely not over, even though this start is really hard for Sabine. It's still a winnable game because he still have ECL and really, really powerful units. And Heroic Sacrifice pickup is also really, really good. But Echo Base Defender for Sip is something that may stop Sabine for long enough for Han to win. So 3 damage from Clone. Yeah, red 3 is making every single unit much more powerful. And now Sip has a decision if he wants to play Echo Base Defender or he wants to play Sabine and Akbar. Because of the fact that Sabine is trading, I think he will go with Sabine play, because you can still be like afraid of the fact that K2 can trade into your Echo Base. But on the other hand, if he would use ECL this turn, Poe will no longer be an option. And I think because of that, yeah, you should take initiative. Okay, so Poe was picked up. And now you can deal 5 damage with Echo Base into something. Then it will trade. But the SWU-ECL that can also kill red 3 will be really, really hard to be dealt. But you may have enough damage to win the game. Because if you play Poe, Sabine will be basically forced to take initiative. Because Poe can't attack your base. If you have 9 HP, Poe attack is basically the end of the game. Yeah, now, Poe will be killing Echo Base and red 3. But Han can now easily deploy, because there is nothing that can be killed, that can kill him without him attacking the base. Yeah. So I think deploying Han now would be pretty reasonable. And now Humble has a decision if he wants to trade into Han or go to base. So Sabine goes to base. And now if you play Poe, okay, yeah, that was really, really smart from Sip to order it like this, because now Sabine have to take initiative, and Han will definitely attack at least one more time. And you can also play R2 to fix your top card. And you are now looking for cards like Cassian, like Slingers, that will push the damage without any interaction from Sabine, because Sabine has a little bit better board. Red 3 is also a really good pickup, because without ECL it's a really, really sticky unit. Sabine doesn't really have anything to kill him with an attack. And now, yeah, Poe into Poe and killing R2. I think Han will attack the base for free. Yeah, they've miscounted. And I think Han has this game in the bag, because there is nothing Sabine can do. Yeah. If he plays red 3 and takes initiative, it's over. Even if he doesn't have initiative, Sabine doesn't have any unit that can kill red 3. You would need to top deck a ship and timely intervention. I am not sure if he had one this game on the resource. If he didn't, yeah, it's over. Okay, so 1-1. Really good place for both players. This matchup, even though it may not look like it, it's always one action, one card, one misplay away from the win or loss on both sides. Okay, Sip has a really, really cool hand, and Imsohumble also has a really powerful hand. I think Sabine should actually skip space in this matchup, because it's much safer to do so like this. And now Sip has a lot of different plays, because you can play Renegade and R2, you can play Gamorrean Guards and Clone Trooper, and both of those plays have ups and downs, but I think Renegade plus R2 is a little bit safer. On the other hand, Clone Trooper and Gamorrean will force Sabine to use ECL. So yeah, so now Cassian pickup. Cassian is really strong unit, especially in this matchup. Because you can either play him as an open unit on 5, or a 3/5 that is really hard to kill. Okay, so Sabine decided to trade. And okay. And now Peacekeeper, I'm personally not a big fan of the unit. I think it has too many weaknesses, and the one attack is really hard to play on the open board. Even though if he attacks, he definitely has some power, but if your opponent are able to attack into him, it's really hard for you to recover, because one attack is just not enough to clear anything. And this unit really often trades down, and your opponent can just ignore your attacking your base. And Sabine isn't really great at preserving board, because Sandari Peacekeeper can't be buffed with anything, and he can't attack Sabine because of her ability. Most people forget about it because it rarely comes up, but yeah, so he had to kill Clone, and now Sabine has an easy kill into Sandari Peacekeeper, and you still have a 4/1 to deal with. So I think the safe play is to kill Sandari first, but you can also attack for 4 if you are scared of the ECL of Sabine unit from your opponent. Okay, Sib decided to attack Sabine into base. He didn't want to clear the Sandari. So Sabine comes up, another 4 to base. Sabine is clearing the Renegade. And now I think playing K2, and he's probably thinking if he wants to ECL him for another 3 damage or to kill Sandari Peacekeeper that will heal 2. I would personally ECL him into Sandari Peacekeeper, because it allows you to also kill Sabine next turn without K2 dying. But both plays are good. Yeah, so 3 damage into and 1 damage to the base. And now Sabine has the option to ECL her K2 into Sabine, but 8 damage to 1 is a really big deal in this matchup. The card amount doesn't really matter, even though it's 5-1, because Sib has the Cassian in the resource. Oh, so okay. K2 is dead, and he will probably discard the card and no, okay, 3 to base and 3 to base as well from K2. And now Han has a decision to make if he wants to kill Sabine or deal damage to the base. Yeah, he decided to deal damage with Sabine into the base. Okay, and now it's looking really good for Han. And even though Sip forgot about 3 damage that he still should have dealt, I think it will be really hard for Sabine to win. He can't attack Sabine because of the Clone Trooper. He can attack Clone Trooper, but K2 would be alive, and Sabine and Sip has 3, 7, 11, 13 damage without Clone Trooper and Cassian. So I think this game will be over in this turn. Timely Intervention is a decent pickup because you will be able to kill red 3, but as I said, I don't think it will matter. You can play Wrecker to kill something, you can ECL, you can Timely Intervention Marine to kill Sabine now, but because of Cassian in hand, I don't think there is anything you can do. Yeah. So it went 2-1 for Sip. Yeah. Sabine versus Han is a very volatile matchup. It can go really with anything. Sip has had a really good opening hands, and that's the most important part of the game. And I actually think Sandari Peacekeeper hurt Imsohumble a lot in this matchup. And I think even though the unit looks like something that counters aggro, I think because of the fact that aggro runs ECL, it's actually a 1-5 that does nothing. So yeah. Thanks everybody for watching, and I hope you will tune up to the final. And the final will be Cody F13 versus Sip, and so it's Boba Green versus Han2Ecl. It will be a really hard matchup for Han Green to win, but Sip managed to win 1 already, and I personally hope he will does it again, but it may be a hard task